Thanks, Tim. Good morning. Good to be back down in Dallas. Quick opening statement again. Year two. I think we made some good strides. We'll see. We're coming off a 4-8 record, so we're 4-8. That is what it is. We'll see where we stack up going into this year. We got decent nucleus back, some good skill guys. Brought a couple great guys. Proud to be representing Anthony Watkins and Cam Benjamin here. Proud to be representing our school, our new athletic director. Justin Moore coming in from Texas A&M, President Carson, our crowd. So we got a great situation in Tulsa. It's a challenging job, small school, but phenomenal city, great academic place. Our young men have embraced the school academically, and we've been crushing it academically with the way our kids are working and our support there. Have a great all season here of weight room work. I think we're a stronger, more developed team. I think we've got a really good vibe of coaches now understanding our players understanding coaches. So we're coming off, I think, a great spring and summer workout. Excited to see the guys who are back this week as coaches working with them. So I'm excited to get back up there tonight and see the kids next couple of days. We open up first practice Monday the 29th. We're playing it Thursday night against Northwest Louisiana, Northwestern State. So looking forward to cranking it up. Had a great recruiting year. Got a good nucleus coming back. Got a lot of work to do in a challenging league. And like I said, we're excited to get going and have a great year here in year two. So questions?
All right, as we get ready for questions, Coach, can you tell us about the two young gentlemen that came with you this weekend?
Yeah, I brought, and I think looking at it, not by design, I ended up bringing two young men from the offensive side. Defensively, I like our defensive players a lot this year. I think we got some transfer players, but I don't know if they had been there long enough to maybe earn the right to be the mouthpiece or the voice yet. Got a couple players that had really good seasons coming off of, though maybe some injuries that maybe didn't play as much. A couple position change guys. So I like our core nucleus of defense, but I brought two offensive players. Both those guys are graduates of Tulsa. Cam Benjamin last year finished the year, I think, one of the leading receivers in the league, and our leading returning receiver, I think, with 47 catches. Was a team captain last year. He's from Cedar Hill. He's a graduate of TU. He's got an MBA from TU. He's starting his second master's as a sixth-year player. Mother's the athletic director down at Cedar Hill. His father coaches down there, so he's a local kid, and great to have him here. And then I brought Anthony Watkins. Initially, I was going to bring a defensive player. I was going to bring Cam as a team leader, but I started looking at Anthony. Just graduated this past year. When I got there, he wasn't academically ineligible. He's probably grew as much as a man, as a person, and his lifestyle, his habits, the way he's living. He finished last year, I think he's the third leading rusher in the conference. He had 450 yards, I want to say, in the last 4 games. I think last year we played our way into shape. He played his way into practicing well. I think this year he's going to start. He's coming off of what looks like has been an excellent summer. So I think Anthony shapes up to have a great senior season. And Anthony is from Fort Worth, so brought two Dallas area kids. We did sign, I think, 12 kids out of the Dallas Metro last year, 11 the top 100 by the Dallas Morning News. So I think we signed the most Dallas kids of any team in the nation last year. So we love the football in Oklahoma, the football in Tulsa, but we do complement it greatly with Texas high school football. And like I say, it's great to have two Dallas natives down here for the media days here down here in DFW.
That's awesome. Our first question from the media will be here to the far left.
Hey, Coach. Snowy Valente with the Mean Green Show. I want to talk about your redshirt freshman, Kirk Francis. He displayed some greatness in some small windows that he did play. How has his game grown through spring football?
Again, Kirk had a chance. He came in. When we got there last year in December, Coach Spurrier and myself, we didn't feel comfortable not knowing some of the guys to maybe go with a high school quarterback. We'd have him for sure. Kind of recruited Kirk to be a scholarship player, but we got him to come in as a top walk-on. He had several opportunities at other schools to walk on. He had several opportunities at the FCS level with scholarships. But when he came in, he battled really hard on the scout team. He didn't show up until summer, so he didn't have spring ball. But by midseason was playing as good as anyone. And with a couple injuries we had, we were able to play him the last 4 games. He was able to redshirt. He came in the second half of the Charlotte game. But I think he finished those last 4 games averaging, I think, 295 yards a game passing. I think he threw for 345 in his first start at Tulane and gave us a chance in a close game that we couldn't ever get over the hump against those guys. They're a great team, but played well. So, he's got good anticipation. He sees the field. He can process, and it's for a young guy. Like, some guys are smart, but they can't see. Kirk can see, he can process, he can come over and tell you what he sees. I think he distributes the ball well. Now, we're not going with him as a starter yet. Played 4 games. Cardell Williams has played 6 games. Very, very talented player. A 3-year starter at Spring Westfield down in Houston, a great program. So Cardell very much in the mix. And a year ago, we had our other quarterback that wanted to transfer at the end of the season. We weren't going to take a transfer. We were going to stay with our guys. Cardell did have a shoulder injury. As we came through spring ball, he started throwing, and he was having some issues with his shoulder. And we just felt he could have practiced, but he wasn't going to practice well. So we shut him down, and we cleaned up a minor shoulder injury. He looks great right now. So he and Kirk are battling, but that forced us to maybe look at a transfer, and we're able to bring in a young man by the name of Cooper Laga, who has 15 starts at Utah State. So we got a competition going on. We're not trying to be coy. We're not waiting to the last minute. I just want to see how these guys evolve through summer. Summer still, even though you're doing team activities, it's still not true football yet. I want to see how these guys manage the summer, how Cooper added, how Kirk kept coming on. I think Kirk finished well. I think Kirk is doing great. I think your question's about Kirk. I think he's setting up to have a very strong year for us. I think he can be a really very good college quarterback. But I'm very happy with that room right now, and I think we've got some options. And then we brought in Corey Dennis, that had been the quarterback coach at Ohio State the last handful of years, and he's worked with CJ and Justin, and we go back and move Coach Spurrier to a skill position and create room for Corey. So I think Coach Dennis is a nice add, helping Kirk in our room there. So love Kirk, like the way he's doing. He's still young, but he's got a great future.
Next question will be in the back in the left center.
Chris Woolman, Reddit r/CFB. Coach Wilson, the University of Tulsa has recently received something like, I think, $38 million in donations. How do you see that impacting the football program in particular?
Don't know yet. One, very appreciative, grateful, and thankful for those families. And those, one had been a trust that had been going through a couple years, and our Rick Dixon, our previous AD, that did a great job, and appreciate Rick and all he's done for TU. And I think he's going to continue to be there to help us keep navigating some of these waters to find some of these resources. So, one was a trust that had to be settled, but there was another group there that Rick was able to work, and it'll be interesting. I don't know the timing of when those funds are available. Sounds like some of those are set to go for maybe funding the scholarships, but would maybe then free up some money. But as we move forward in college athletics, college football in particular, you're going to need resources, and to get those two large things were nice. But I think, like President Carson said, we're just getting started, not just with athletics, but our school. It's a great city. We have a small school, but a strong alumni, successful alumni base. And I think we've got some leadership that's going to work to not be pushy, but continue to find ways to enhance a great campus and the great athletic programs that we have.
Any other questions for Coach? Up there to the far right.
William Goodwin with the Frisco Bowl. You talked about playing yourself into shape last year, and obviously you're coming off a 4-8 season. What are some of the steps you've taken to kind of improve on last year and prevent the same sort of start again?
Well, again, last year, I think the initiative, having been a head coach before, and you're, quote, creating your culture, the first thing, change is change. Change doesn't get you better. Doing something different is not necessarily best. So you're trying to figure out, the best way to do things. So last year was a little bit of trying to figure out the school, the environment, the academic piece, the scheduling of classes, the support staff, the strengths and weaknesses of those support people, and how to help those people as they're helping our players. I think the key more than anything, I think a year ago, is that we have a great connection with our team. And that's the deal. I think it's more right now, and especially the older I get, about your ability to connect with the players, understand them, but give them a chance to understand you, what you expect, what is your standard, what do you accept and why. We live in a world where these kids put a lot of stress on themselves, and we're trying to get past the it's okay to fail. We talk in the weight room every day. If we're really working hard, we're going to get to a point in the lifting where we can't get the last rep, and that's called failing. But because we fail and we strain, we're going to get stronger, we're going to improve, we're going to get better. So again, I think there's a much better connection piece as much as anything with the guys. I will say we've done a great job academically since I've been there, and the first thing we had was a simple thing called go to class. and our school's so small that you can actually get to class, and we can help you walk to class, and we do that quite a bit. And so we get our kids to class, and we're coming off some of the greatest academic success this program's ever had, and it's the same classes and it's the same students, but the work ethic and the connection with the professors and the people on campus is at a high level, and our kids are having success. We recruited last year at a very, very high level. I think I saw, if you look at 247, the history of recruits in Tulsa, the top 50 recruits all the time, 15 were in last class. Well, that's because we were out beating the bushes, building relationships. Like I said, we took 12 kids out of the metro right here in the DFW area. So recruiting has picked up. This offseason, we lost a strength coach, and we went through and we were able to collectively look at some things, and we're able to bring in a former player. I didn't realize he was a strength coach. He actually played at Oklahoma when I was there years ago. We've had a change in the weight room, and we had this thing called go to class. Now we got some things called load the bar. Put some weight on the bar and start lifting some weight. So I've seen our team develop, and I just think we're stronger. Our strength coach, Cody Cook, who played it, finished up 3 years at Tulsa for Coach Graham, and Coach Blankenship's doing a great job with the speed and the conditioning level. Our kids have a lot of confidence. They're at a better place mentally. There's a better connection we have with our guys. We got a lot of work to do, and we're a work in progress, but we're having fun working. Our kids are killing it, and I'm proud of them.
Any other questions for Coach? Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Go to you.